This is part 3 in a 3-part series. Here are parts 1 and 2. At last we arrive at the final installment in common myths about parents who don't vaccinate. Here are the first and second installments. The first post in this series focused on the tendency to think of all non-vaccinating parents as anti-vaxxers, a group of supposedly ideologically similar parents who skip every vaccine, fit some stereotypical profile and are, supposedly, increasingly taking over our playgrounds and schools. Yes, that's an exaggeration, but it's not a straw man. Much of the past month's media coverage inappropriately conflated the small minority of hardcore anti-vaccine folks with a much larger group of uncertain, uneasy parents who are hesitant or resistant toward vaccines. Evidence has clearly shown the latter group, those with questions and concerns about vaccines, whether they partially vaccinate, delay or opt out of all of them, has grown over the past decade even while overall vaccination rates have remained high. The more pressing problem with these parents is that those who partly or wholly opt out of vaccinating also tend to cluster together geographically, and it's that clustering that sets the stage for vaccine-preventable diseases to come roaring back in a community. But that's also precisely why addressing these misperceptions is so important. The second post in this series focused on some of the misconceptions that end up insulting the intelligence and sincerity of non-vaccinating parents, that they're stupid, uninformed, selfish narcissists who think they're smarter than their doctors and are still falling over themselves to avoid autism. Why does it matter that these stereotypes are insulting? Well, it won't be possible to address these parents' concerns, help them realize how important it is for their own children's safety, not to mention public health, to vaccinate their children, and reduce the size of non-vaccinating clusters unless they feel heard and taken seriously. So these final 5 misconceptions focus more on the broader social context and on what is unlikely to successfully persuade parents to vaccinate, such as throwing facts at them, shaming them or forcing them.